classmates, and thank you all for coming to this magical event. How's everybody doing? Good. Me too. Well, I'm so happy you could all make it here today. We all are. Thank you very much for taking the time to come out here, and thank you to the class for nominating me for this position. I was very surprised when I heard, and I have not been this excited since I was a little girl, so thank you very much. I'd like to start by talking a bit about our class and how lucky we are, because we really are lucky. We're all lucky to be members of this class. I love being a part of this class for so many reasons. We're unique, we're talented, and really, when you have Kevin Linger in your class, it's hard for anything to get boring. See what I mean? Oh, there are a lot of reasons I value being a part of this class. One of them being the diversity of talents and interests in our grade. It's really unbelievable. The variety is broad when you look at it. Look at some of the students around you. You could be looking at the engineers of tomorrow, like Miles Filkin. Or you could be looking at the next groundbreaking artist, like Abigail Holt. You might see people who will later go off to great careers in literature, like Lana Durkovich, or people going off to serve our country, like Greg McCall. No matter what way you look at it, the class of 2012 is brimming with potential and talent. Now, I tried to write specifically what I love about our grade and what makes us so unique and stuff, and try and make it interesting at the same time, but I had a lot of trouble doing that. So, by suggestion of Mr. Jeanette, I decided to deliver it to you in a format everyone can understand. Now, anyone who knows me well knows that one of my heroes is David Letterman. So, I decided to present to you the reasons I love this class in a way David Letterman is famous for presenting on his talk show, a top 10 list. Ladies and gentlemen, I hold here in my hand the top 10 things that make BCHS class of 2012 unique. The top 10 things. Here we go. Number 10. After years of drinking from the school's water fountains, we have all become lead-based water aficionados. Number 9. Many of us now associate cancer awareness fundraisers with Mr. Mahalis getting his legs waxed. Number 8. Each of us had to overcome hypothermia after standing outside during a winter fire drill. Did you hate those? Number 7. Collectively, we lost a total of 8,347 pounds last June due to the lack of air conditioning in the classrooms. There's no winning, is there? Number 6. Unfortunately, seeing Mr. Spizak in socks and sandals has ruined math for many of us. And will haunt our dreams forever. Number 5. We're probably the only grade who could not pull off a decent year-end prank. Number 4, we all had to sit through an agonizing 6-hour day seeing both Mr. Rhodes and Mr. Brennan dressed as women. Now, it kind of suited Mr. Brennan, but Mr. Rhodes sends a shiver down the spine. Number 3, recent medical studies have shown that we, the class of 2012, actually have traces of blue and gold running through our veins. I don't know if I like the sound of that. Number 2, our prom after party at Wasaga Beach ended up costing more than the auditorium renovations. And the number 1 thing that makes our class unique, if those pesky Mayans are right, will be the last graduating class. That's what's so great about our class, and we'll always be members of this class, but now that part of our lives has come to a close. For some of us, the faces we used to see every day are beginning to fade away, like the forgotten pictures of an Etch-a-Sketch. Most of us are off doing other things. Some of us have headed off to university, some to college, some are still serving up the best chicken wings on Brant Street. In a nutshell, we're trying to sort out our lives and find a path of some kind. Me personally, I'm at Humber College studying comedy. Every time I say that to people, they do a double take. They cock their heads to the side like a dog, desperately trying to understand what I'm saying. People are surprised that there's a program for something like comedy, but they seem even more surprised that I managed to find something so specific to study and pursue as a career. A lot of people in this room have no idea what they want to do with their lives at this point. They're as confused and disoriented as 6 blind fish in a glass of water. A lot of my friends have asked me how I found something so specific that I like to do and how come I found it at such an early age. Well, I'll tell you. When I was in grade 10, I didn't have any hobbies or interests. I didn't do much of anything. I thought I might like performing, but I wasn't sure because I hadn't done it before. That changed that year when I auditioned for a play our school was putting on, and I got part as an understudy. And I was so thrilled and excited, and I couldn't believe I made it. Finally, I was trying something new. Then I found out that part of the show required me to prance and dance around on stage in front of the school, dressed in women's clothing. So I did. That's how my journey began. I kept going with the plays at school. Then I began to realize I liked what I was doing, but I didn't love it. I liked it a lot, but I wasn't nearly as driven as I thought I should be. And it hit me that what I loved to do wasn't act. It was when I got to make an audience laugh. That's what I was craving. And that's why I was willing to play any part, from a gender-confused maniac to a befuddled old Roman man to a mentally disturbed chimpanzee. I was doing it to try and make people laugh. So I started to focus on that. I got to be the host for assemblies, festivals, and concerts that our school put on, and I also got to help out with the morning announcements in my final year. And that was something I really enjoyed. I got to start every day doing what I love with people I love to work with. I found what I love to do just by following an activity that I found kind of interesting. The reason I'm telling you this story is because I learned a valuable lesson from that whole experience that I hope you can all take away with you. If I've learned nothing else in high school, which I haven't, I have learned that if you follow what you like, eventually you'll find what you love. It was my idol, Jerry Seinfeld, who said, "You can be passionate about anything, the key is to not stop looking for it." It might take a little while, but with persistence, we can all find something we're passionate about. To think how lost I was before. No sense of direction, no hopes, no dreams. And all I had to do to fix that was wear a skirt. Who knew? Seriously though, I think it's very important that we all find something that we love to do. One of my favorite musicians, Billy Joel, said, "If you aren't doing what you love, you're wasting your time." I haven't learned a lot about life, not yet anyways. I'm just telling you what I learned based on my experience here. But regardless, I think people should be happy with what they're doing. Before I go, I'd like to thank a few people in particular who made my time here enjoyable, very quickly. I'd like to thank Mr. Chenette for teaching me to act, write, direct, and for his constant support and encouragement, and for helping me with this speech. I wouldn't know what the heck I was doing without him, and I certainly would not have the courage to stand in front of you today and talk. I'd like to thank Ms. Houselander for teaching me to be creative and look at things from a different perspective, and for helping me with this speech. I'd like to thank Greg McCall, who I don't think is here, for introducing me to improv, keeping me on my toes, and trying to make me funny. And thank you to Sam Fennell for being the best announcement partner ever, having the same taste in music as me, and for making me laugh myself sick every morning. Thanks to all the theater kids for embracing my awkward, unusual behavior on and off stage. Thanks to Mr. Shost, Miss Ailey, and Mr. Ruff for their support. Finally, I'd like to thank my parents for being the kind, supportive people that they are and have always been. And make sure to thank your parents before the day is over. Well, this is where I bid you adieu. Remember, do what you love what you do, and feel free to give me a standing ovation when I'm finished.